Hey, what's up guys? So you might have watched my last video where I lost 13.5 pounds in just 25 days following a slow carb diet combined with intermittent fasting. And after the diet was over, I did what almost everyone does after a diet, which is eating a lot of food again that wasn't allowed on that diet. So over the last 1.5 weeks, I was basically eating like a trash can. This is not even completely true. I wasn't eating like a trash can except for a 10,000 calorie challenge I did 2 days ago. But for the other days, I was basically eating a high carbohydrate diet because carbohydrates ran really a lot on that diet. And two things I noticed since I'm back on carbohydrates. First one is I really have trouble to not overeat myself on carbohydrates. So I kind of really messed up my diet in just now 1.5 weeks by just overeating on carbohydrates. And they weren't necessarily unhealthy carbohydrates, but it's just something like burritos, pasta, rice, those things. Then the other thing I noticed was that eating so many carbohydrates, especially for lunch and at that time of the day, made me incredibly sleepy. So doing the diet, my slow carb diet, and also during my keto diet I did a year ago, I really felt like really energized and focused and mentally sharp. And after all, I'm not making my money with my body. This sounds wrong. I'm not making money by like doing some bodybuilding competitions or anything like this. I love fitness, but I'm making my money by research. So I have to think, I have to like be mentally sharp. And a diet just didn't really work for me if it means to like, if I have to sacrifice my mental fitness for it. Now, I'm still kind of too ambitious to not like try to gain some extra muscle mass. And here's where I'm at in kind of an impasse, or where I was at an impasse. So on the one hand, I want to gain some muscles. On the other hand, high carb doesn't really work for me because I don't feel energetic and I don't feel mentally fit. Now you might say that, oh, why don't you just do a keto bulk or something? Well, the point is, I have not yet seen anyone doing a very successful bulk on keto. And you might prove me wrong in the comment section, but I actually tried it before and it wasn't very successful. I put on too much fat. So now what I'm going to try now, and I have no clue how this is going to work out, but I will document everything and take you along. What I'm going to try now is something I would call a productivity diet. I will only have carbohydrates in the span of 2 hours around my workout. So before workout 2 hours or after workout 2 hours. Because there I make well use of the carbohydrates. For the remaining of the day, I will have a low carb, moderate fat, high protein diet. So I'm mentally sharp, but still might have the potential to gain some muscles. Because I am still very ambitious in the gym and I want to gain back a little bit of the muscles I lost during my diet. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I think for now we're just gonna do the weight in and check my actual body physique, and then I will take you along through my productivity diet and see how this actually goes. So let's wait. Alright, I already put the scale here in the middle. So let's see what we have. It's an old school scale. We are pretty much at 80 kilograms. Okay, let's check my physique for today. So as you might notice, there's a little bit more compared to when I ended my slow carb diet. But that's okay. We will try to cut down on some body fat and try to build some muscles. I will also get now my actually body composition, my waistline, biceps, chest and everything, and I will blend it in somewhere here. So the game plan is basically to cut down whenever I feel like I have to cut down on body fat, and then to start gaining muscles again by incorporating some carbohydrates around my workouts. So that's the plan. Let's see how it goes for the next months. Sit down, you sit down, morning. So the plan now is to first cut down on some body fat for about 5 days, just to be in a better starting position before I try to put on some lean muscle mass. And whenever I go on a diet, I start with intermittent fasting. So I'm not having anything for breakfast except for tea. And then I have my first meal for lunch. Okay, I'm up for about 3 hours now and haven't had any food yet, so I'm still fasting. And slowly the hunger is coming up, but I feel like I can suppress my hunger pretty well with coffee. And what do you say about this coffee cup? I think it's pretty cool. Alright, first meal of the day. Yesterday was a holiday in Germany and I had to just make use of what I already had. I ended up mixing ground beef with tofu and a bunch of veggies. I will, as always, top it with mustard to make it taste good. Other than that, low carb, relatively high protein lunch that will keep me hopefully full. My lunch was actually surprisingly good. I think I never had ground beef and tofu together. I guess now the vegans and the carnivores probably hate me both for it. Anyways, it kept me full for like 4 hours now, and now I'm gonna work out in approximately an hour. So I'm gonna have another snack, which is some cottage cheese with a banana on top. So some carbohydrates now, as I said, scheduled before the workout. So I will have this, work a little bit longer, and then I go and work out. I am currently following a workout schedule where on the one day I work out chest, shoulders and biceps, and on the next day legs and back. Then I have 1 day rest day followed by again shoulders, chest and biceps, but with different exercises, and then again followed by backs and legs, but again with different exercises. You can write down in the comment section if you want to have a more detailed workout plan, and I'm happy to share it or make a video about it. Alright, workout is done, so it's time for dinner. And for dinner we have some frozen fish, which is cod. And since I'm still trying to lose a little weight this week, I'm just gonna have a shit ton of veggies on the side, like a Asia veggie mix, which has actually nothing added to it, so that's pretty nice. Some broccoli, I love broccoli with mustard. I highly recommend you check that out before you judge me. And I have some carrots that probably should have been eaten last week ago, but I'm sure it will be fine. Then another thing I will have while I'm preparing this is a little bit of carbs in the form of frozen berries. Berries are relatively low in sugar, so that's pretty good. Mixed with some freaking expensive organic whey protein powder that is not really dissolving, but it's fine. It's organic, it's good stuff, and all prepared in some almond milk. Mandeln is German for almond. Alright, let's get cooking. Alright, the veggies are going. Time to mix it all together and hopefully don't drop anything on the ground, and make space for the salmon here. I actually forgot to mention one of the most important ingredients here, which is coconut cream. Just coconut cream, some curry and some chili, and you can make everything delicious. Alright, this actually turned out to be pretty good. Pretty happy with this. I do not know how many calories this has. I assume it's very little, but I honestly don't really like to count calories, especially on a diet, because I think it makes you too obsessed with hitting a certain calorie target. And I rather prefer to focus on food quality and eat until I'm full and just eating the good stuff, so to say, healthy stuff, instead of eating whatever I want as long as I hit my macros. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna enjoy my meal now. Alright, so today's Friday and therefore the end of my 5 days mini diet. And now I just have to weigh myself and check my body physique, and then I will explain what my plans are for the next coming weeks to always cut down on some body fat, but simultaneously or alternating build some muscle mass. So let's first do the weigh-in. I actually didn't weigh myself for the last 5 days, so that's gonna be also a surprise for me. I do feel lighter, but let's see. Alright, that's gonna be interesting. We are now at 77.5 approximately. So I've lost about 2.5 kilograms, which certainly is not just fat, but mainly probably my glycogen stores being depleted. Even though I was eating a few carbohydrates around my workouts, I actually still checked my ketone levels this morning, and I was in mild ketosis, so showing that I was not only burning fat, but also that my glycogen stores are depleted. But because only once the glycogen stores are depleted, your body starts to really produce ketone bodies, which is kind of a surrogate for burning fat. Not necessarily, you can also gain fat and produce ketone bodies, but at least when you eat in a caloric deficit, that's for sure then an indication for it. All right, let's check the body composition. All right, let's see what my physique is doing. I definitely feel lighter and also leaner. I do think that my glycogen stores are pretty used up, as I already said, so feeling pretty flat. And yeah, generally I'm pretty happy with this, with the results of the short 5-day cut. Now the plan is to go and gain some muscles for the next 2 weeks. I choose to do it for 2 weeks because of 2 reasons. The first one is that I noticed that when I transition from a diet to a bulk pretty frequently, short periods in between, I feel like I make the best progress, and also that's when I'm the hungriest, that's when I'm the most motivated when I go back on a diet. So I found like short periods of changing my diet are very suitable for me. And then the other reason is that I have some social events coming up on the next 2 weekends, and there's no way I'm gonna be dieting during these days, and it's actually the whole weekend always. So I always say like life gives you diet breaks, and you should definitely incorporate some diet breaks into your diet. Alright, with this I will keep you updated how the next weeks go, and thank you for watching.